Hey everybody, what's going on? Today I want to talk to you about things I wish I knew when I was in high school. So some of you all may be in high school now. Maybe you are in your 20s and you can relate. 30s, 40s, doesn't matter. This is all something I think that we all can relate to, and it's stuff that can apply to everyday life no matter who you are. High school can be a hard time. There's bullying, there's this sense of trying to figure out who you are, what you want to do, how you fit into this world. There's a lot of angst and there's a lot of expectations, and it can be really, really overwhelming. So I just wanted to share some things that, looking back, you know, hindsight is 2020, that I wish that I knew and really focused more on when I was in high school. The first of which is to cut your parents some slack. I know when I was in high school, I was a huge jerk to my parents. I have this memory of it being after school and I was hanging out with some of my friends and I had asked my mom to pick me up. So she had come into the school, into the school courtyard area to get me. And I remember saying to her, "Why are you here? Why did you get out of the car?" I was embarrassed that my mother existed. And this is something that to this day, which that was a long time ago, to this day, it's one of those things, you know, when you were can't sleep and then your brain goes, oh, well, here's that thought of something that you did that's so cringy that you just want to crawl into a hole and not exist. That's one of those things. I think about that a lot and just how mean that is. She was doing me a favor. She was picking me up from school so I didn't have to take the bus. And then I was that rude because she existed? Why? I understand, I totally get that it can be really difficult when you are in high school. You want to be cool, your parents aren't cool, they're old. I completely understand that, but cut them some slack. They're stressed too. They have work, they're going through things. It's not easy dealing with a teenager, so just try and keep that in mind and be nice. Number 2, make sure you know who your real friends are. High school is a time where you meet some of the most amazing people that you'll ever meet in your life. One of my best friends is one that I met actually in 7th grade, and my main high school friend group, I'm still in contact and friends with the majority of them. And anytime I see them, it is picking up right where we left off. It's such a great thing. But there were definitely people in my life in high school that were toxic. And maybe I hung out with them because I had another friend that would, or I wanted to fit in, or I wanted to be part of a popular group. Deep down, you know when those people are not good for you. You know when you are hanging out with someone because you love them and you connect with them, or if it's something that is where you're not comfortable, where it's superficial. Just keep that in mind and really hang out with the people that make you a better person and make you have fun. And side note, when your mom has a bad feeling about someone, they're usually right. She's right. She knows. Just saying. She knows. Number 3, make the absolute most of it. There's a quote from The Office that I love from Andy.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
That's something to keep in mind. When we're in high school, it's really easy to just hate everything, complain, focus on, oh, I can't wait until I get out of here. I can't wait until I'm older. I can't wait until I can do things by myself. But once you get to that age, you're going to be thinking, wow, I wish that this was back the way that it was when I was in high school. Getting older is cool in a lot of ways, but definitely enjoy that high school time. Enjoy living at your parents' house. Enjoy not paying for things. Just take advantage of what you have. That silly school dance, you're gonna remember it. Doing an after-school activity, you're gonna remember it. These are the things that may seem not like a big deal now, but later on, you're going to cherish those memories. And even if they're bad, it won't be as bad in hindsight, or it'll become a really good story. Number 4, ask for help. I never asked for help when I was in school. I was very introverted, I was very quiet, I never talked to anybody unless it was my friends. The teachers barely knew I existed. In retrospect, I really wish that I had learned more. When we're in high school, you know, you have to learn. When you have to do something, you don't want to. But then later on, you know, you find yourself watching history documentaries and you find yourself looking up how to do things, looking up how things work on YouTube. But that stuff is stuff that your teacher could have taught you, or you could have learned extra things that your teacher wanted to talk about but nobody asked. There's so many things where they're there to help you. And the people who are going to get the most out of high school, the ones who are going to have to study the least, are the ones that are paying attention and asking questions. Number 5, if you love a class, you love a teacher, tell them. Write them an email. Tell them after class that their class is one of your favorites. Write them a letter. They will cherish that forever. It's hard being a teacher. I honestly can't even imagine putting in all of this effort to teach a class that kids will enjoy, teach them something, have them learn something that you're passionate about, and then having them not listen, having them just leave the second that the bell rings, not showing any interest. Imagine that just being your job of teaching people and having nobody even acknowledge you besides what they have to learn. If you have a teacher that's putting in that effort, that's really trying to create a classroom that is fun and that you're learning and engaged, tell them. Somehow find a way to tell them how much you appreciate their hard work. I promise you it will be one of the highlights of their year. Number 6, be nice to those that are being bullied. Bullying is something that's been around forever. It's so much worse now with social media. I wish that when I saw people who were being bullied, who people were being mean to, no one was sitting with, I wish that I had talked to them and got to know them. Think about how fulfilling that'll be for not only you, but for them. Because bullying is so prominent, and a lot of the times the people that are doing it, there's something internal that they are trying to push onto others. If somebody is bullying, it's because they're dealing with something inside that they don't know how to deal with, and they are pushing it out onto other people. The best thing that you can do is to go to that person that's being bullied, ask them to sit with you at lunch, to talk to them, something, so that they feel like they have a place. They feel connected. That is so, so, so important. You have no idea how just sitting with someone, just talking to someone, something super small can completely change a person's perspective and just how they feel. Number 7, avoid the bullshit. We've all seen teen dramas on CW. It's like every other second there's some crazy dramatic thing happening. A lot of the times those are like supernatural things, so we can kind of like push that to the side, but real life, there's a lot of drama in high school. And if you really kind of think about it, a lot of it's just really, really a bunch of crap. When I think about high school, I think that the things we focus on are friends, dating people, and just a lot of things that in the long run don't really matter. You will look back and be like, well, what was I thinking? Why was I doing this? I understand the drama is a part of it, but just try and keep in the back of your mind that this too shall pass, and it won't be a big deal. Number 8. Remember that all the drama that you have right now is going to barely be a blip on your radar in even a year, 5 years, 10 years. Nothing is going to be a big deal. The drama that you're dealing with today in high school, whether it's with boys, whether it's with friends, most of it is just not even going to be a big deal. Maybe something embarrassing happened to you and you can't get over it. It's something that's just a really big deal right now. Remember that as time goes on, you'll look back at it and you might go, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Or it'll be a funny story. It won't nearly be as big of a deal as it is right now. So as long as you just keep that in your head, just remember that time heals all. Any stressful drama thing that you're going through right now, big picture is not a big deal. Number 9. Don't get caught up in dating. I cannot tell you how many times in high school I felt like I was so ugly, like I was so worthless because I never had a boyfriend. The only boyfriend I had in high school, and didn't even go to high school, which, you know, if you guys have been around for a long time, you know exactly which relationship that was. I've only been in 2 relationships in my life. So there's that. I remember having friends who had dated so many different guys. Then, you know, there was me who never dated anybody. One of my best friends never dated anybody. First person I think she dated, she actually married. There's that. So I just think it's really important to understand that that's not the end of the world. I just think it's important to know that dating is not the end all be all of high school. On top of that, even if you are dating, don't let your heart get just taken away. I see this a lot actually on Instagram, where people will put like their boyfriend or their girlfriend's name in their profile and, oh, it's true love and this, and they go like head over heels when they've only been together for a very short period of time. Or they go on talking about on Facebook or anywhere just about how much they love this person and how perfect their relationship is. This actually can apply to absolutely anybody at any age, but when you do that, the image that you give off is that you are not secure in your relationship. When you constantly are projecting how happy you are, all that makes it look like is that you are not happy because you have to tell everyone else how happy you are. At least that's why I see it. But anyways, have fun. Date, see people, do whatever, but just keep it light. You're still young. You're so young. Just have fun. That's the end of it. Just have fun. Don't take anything too seriously, except school. Try and take school seriously. And I say this because I didn't really take school seriously. It's one of those things. There's a doorbell. It's one of those things where you like the hindsight, you know what I mean? Anyways, I hope that you all have an amazing day, year, if you're in school. Even if you're not, I feel like I want to do another one of what I wish I knew in my 20s, except that one will be a lot more like, save your goddamn money. All right, I love you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.